Hello fellow crafters, my name is George and this is the Spare Time G, and today we're gonna make a how-to video of sculpting a human torso, but more specifically it's going to be an musculature version of comic book character, because the muscles are going to be pretty much very exaggerated. To start with it, for that I need two balls of clay, more or less similar in size. The first one is going to be for the torso base, so to say, and the second one is going to be for the muscles themselves. So let's get started. We will remove this guy, and I have used this clay because it is quite squishy and it is much easier for me to make stuff while being behind the camera. As you can see, I'm squishing it like this, like this, like this, like this. It's not really that difficult to make this kind of torso. Keep in mind that if you have an idea to make Hulk or someone bulkier like Doomsday, maybe the Thing or something else, you need to have much shorter and wider torso for the base, even for the base of course, but now I'm kind of more like working for the general body type of not that much bulkier versions. It will be suited for much wider variety of superheroes like Superman, Batman, Green Lantern, Shazam, and so on. People with a humanoid body and extra muscle mass. So this is basically it. You don't really need to go any further. So what is resembling and what is important here, as you can see, you can quite easily squish it onto the ground to make it softer, but it's not really necessary. So what are you seeing is a little V-taper already. You will be making it like a larger, more or less, but it is already visible. So we have a V-taper. Of course, this part is going to be the top, shoulders, the stomach, and the bottom part. Once you're done with the torso base, you kind of want to decide which is going to be the frontal part, which is going to be the back portion. Let's decide that this is going to be the front and this is going to be the back. So right now we will start by making the frontal muscles, and then once we are done here, we will go into the back portion. Frontal muscles are much easier to do in my opinion because they are more straightforward than the back muscles. Back muscles have different layers, so to say. So because of that, you will really can have some kind of variety in the muscles. So yeah, the frontal portion is much, let's say, uniform. It did not have that much of a different shapes and so on. This is going to be one chest piece. Let's size it up. Yeah, it is more or less nicely fitting, and this is going to be another chest piece. You can even see how I'm conserving the shape and not really changing it, and I have used this angle to already utilize it for making the natural angle of the chest. Keep in mind it's quite a fast video. I don't really want to make all the details or so on. Just keep in mind that those two pieces are like resembling in size, and then you can place them like this, like that, quite easily. Nothing really difficult. Make sure that they are not completely on the top. This is going to be the space for the neck, of course. You should leave some space for the neck if you can kind of imagine where it needs to be. Once you're done with it, place it down, and now we'll go for the abs. So for the abs, we first need to have this middling portion, so to say. It is quite easy to create, and I'm showing you how to do it right now. Just make some kind of like a bow tie shape, more or less, like this, and press it against like that and like that. As you can see, have used your fingers. It's not really that difficult to do. As you can see, I have some spaces here, so later on make sure to fill them up with clay. We will not do it right now, of course. Where is it? Here. So right now we already need to start making the abs themselves. Let's get to the sculpting process. Let's continue the sculpting process. This is too tiny. I will need some more. This is the one ball. Let's give us the second ball. The third one. Maybe fourth one. This is too big. Later on I can continue like with the hands in order to fill the shape and size. And yeah, we're done. So the back portion needs to be starting with the largest one, of course. The smallest ones, in order for them to fit. Like make a little tear shape in order to fit it here, like this, and take another one and make it here shape again, like this, and try to fit it as well. So it has fitted in, more or less. Then you can quite carelessly go with other shapes, little ovals, like here, like here, here. So we already have a six-pack, and the last muscle is going to be the I don't really know the name of it, going down. It is not, it is unified, not separated like that, so we don't really need those guys. And now I will create the shape of coming, which is going on the side of this muscle, on the sides. Kind of will be a border with the back a little bit, not really that much. You can kind of see where I'm going with it, like bring it up and place it like this, and we also need the second one with more or less similar, like horn-like shape, nothing really special, and place it like this. Make sure to vary your eyesight. As you can see, the one is a little larger than another, but no problem. You can simply add more clay onto it in one spot and blend it a bit, and it will eventually catch up. So not a big deal there at all. So we are pretty much done. The only thing which is left is the side muscles. You can see a large variation of them. how you need to create them, but I'm going with the simple versions, not that much of a complicated ones. Just make sure the overall theme is this intertwined ovals, nothing really that special, like this. And basically we have the stomach area done. Now what we need to do is to make the ribs here onto the sides, but I will do it later on when the back is done, because if I do it right now, they are quite tiny pieces, very easy to damage, and if I try to make that and then later I'm going to do the back, yeah, it will squeeze it and probably damage it. So that's it for the torso version, the frontal portion. Now we are doing the back portion. So take it out and place it like this. For me it is quite a big risk because it is quite squishy material. It is not really hardened at all, and it will not harden as well. So even the small beep fingerprint is quite easily visible, but you can also correct it quite easily. The highest risk is if you accidentally squish something. To pop that up is very difficult. It is quite easy to like fix the scratch or something, but yeah, squishing it will damage it permanently, more or less. So back is more or less complicated one to make, and for that you probably will need to go to the Google and search for the reference images in order to make a decent back muscles. I would recommend to search for bodybuilders instead of simple muscle frames, because if you search for the back muscles, the still images will come up, the ones you will see in the biology class, biology books, and they are not very prominent, and if they, of course, they accurately show where the muscles, individual muscles are, but they don't really show what is their shape if they are exaggerated. So the first layer is going to be like here, like this, as you can see, like this, and another one going to be parallel, as you can see, like here, like this. So make sure you're doing everything more or less mirror-like. So we have our first muscle fibers, so to say. So what I was talking about is you don't really need reference photos for the actual muscles. You need exaggerated versions. You can search for like big guys, back shots like Hulk or something, but for me the best approximation is going to be the bodybuilders. For the backside, especially if you search for the Ronnie Coleman, you can very easily understand what should a Hulk's back look like. You know what I mean. So this is going to be the second muscle. As you can see, you need to squish it a little in order to fix it here, like this. And once you're squishing, it is also squishing the frontal part. So make sure that you like don't use like couple fingers to hold it. Instead, like stretch it as much as possible in order to stretch the load and avoid damaging the individual muscle fibers, so to say, as much as possible. And we hit this second piece. Now we will need to create this connecting point, the lower back. So say already you can see the distinctive taper of the back coming up, I like doing this shape. And yeah, it is quite easy to do, more or less. All of the pieces we have left is this, and I hope it's going to be enough for this. Now we are going to do this lower back piece, which needs to be like prolongated like that, not very special. Okay, something like that, like that. Connect it. Yep. As you can see, it is a little larger than desired, so I'll remove it. You need lower back to be closer to the surface. We don't really need that thick muscle bulge, so to say. I'm making a lot thinner version right now. As you can see, and I will be connecting it instead, like this. Then let's do this, the right portion, or maybe left portion if you're looking the character from the front. Opposite side, like this. So keep in mind that they are parallel, they have like this symmetrical line, and all the muscles are parallel in contrast to that. And yeah, right now we will need to do the trap muscles, which are quite large. Like this. See, connect everything. So one with this one. I think it is larger than the first one, so let's distract a bit. And connect it to the rest, like this. Okay, so as you can see, you have some space in between, which will be filled up quite easily, can be filled up quite easily with this kind of tear-like shapes. Just prompt it, not really necessary to follow any kind of a rule or so, like that. And like this. I don't really like it, they are too big in my opinion. Let's make them a little smaller, like this maybe, and like this. Place them inside. Yeah, more or less. I'll add a little bit on top here in order to match with the size. Okay, later go on and fill up these gaps. So we are pretty much done. The only thing is this top one more fiber on top. As you can see, the back muscles are quite exotic. They have layers and layers, and because of that they really look quite neat and nice. And this is going to be the pretty much the last layer. And let's add the similar version to the another part, like this. Like this. As you can So yeah. So I will keep these two for maybe this one for the rib cage, and with the rest I will create the starting point for the bottom like this. It needs to be wider here, so I'll add some piece like this, like that. The wider. Let's finish it up with another I forgot the shape for a bit there, something like this, right? Yeah, yes, something like that, like this. And now we will need to, using our leftovers, create these small tear shapes. It's a small, like just tear shapes, and you will need to go and connect them counterclockwise like that. Not really a big deal, but they will kind of resemble the rib muscles, more or less. I don't really like this shape. Let's go with, yeah, this. Like that. And basically what we have left we will use for the filler material here and here. There's some kind of additional muscle bulges here and here. And yeah, this part is connected. Let's try to connect this part as well. And yeah, we have the torso. This is quite nice looking torso. I was expecting this result. And yeah, I do really like this one. The only nitpick is I haven't really had created the neck muscles. So because of that, the traps are not visible here. To keep that in mind, these two muscles will be connected together, and one big will should be going up here as well. But yeah, generally I do really like the look of the back. Also the thickness is quite neat. It is quite flat, to be honest. You can really easily add some muscle on the chest or so on, but yeah, I can work up, and also you need some mass here as well, so it needs to be going like this, you know, the S shape more or less. But yeah, I'm quite happy with this shape. Also, I do really like the cobra-sized wings, so to say. And yeah, this was the torso lesson. In the next episodes, I will be showing you how to create the muscles on the arms and also on the legs. So that's it. Have a nice day and see you next time. Goodbye.